this one is better. I'm seeing myself clearly. Hopefully, this one is going to be a successful one. So, hey everybody, it's Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, all of those things. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday to everybody. Today I wanted to come in for a Sunday motivation, and I love to do these Sunday motivations because I think that it's vital to get our mind in the right space for our upcoming week. So, today we're going to be talking about you have to do more than want it. Hey, Leonica, how are you doing? Welcome. Hope you guys can see on this one because I tried on the last one and it was a no. So I came back. I hope everybody's doing great on their Sunday. They had a great weekend, and we're getting our mind in the mode for our week ahead. Today's topic we're going to be talking about is you have to do more than want it. You have to do more than want it. Because if all that was required in this life was for you to be able to want things, everybody would be successful. If that's all it took is to just have that notion in your mind that I want to be successful and then it happened, everybody would have success. Hey, James, how are you doing? Welcome. And I wanted to talk about this because I believe that every single individual can be successful in their own right. Everybody can be successful, but many people do not do what it takes in order to get to that level of success. I'm doing great, James. Thank you so much for asking. I hope you're well too, and all of my motivators family. But I wanted to say that, you have to do more than just want things. You have to do more than have the desire. While that's important, don't get me wrong. You have to have more than just the inkling, oh, that's a good idea, or maybe that would be good. You have to do more. There's more involved in success in this life than just saying, I want to have it, I want to do that, okay? And we're going to talk about some of those things, okay? The first thing in doing more than just having the desire is having a plan. What is it saying? He that fails to plan has already failed, okay? You have to have a plan together and not just an empty, like whatever that you pull out of the air. I mean, you have to have a reasonable and attainable plan. I remember when my mentor was schooling me on that about being successful in this life, it has to be realistic and attainable for you. Because what one person can do, another can't. There's no mold for every single person because everybody's situation, finances, health, whether you have children, you don't have children, are you an empty nester, are you just started having children, are you single, are you married, are you, what's your educational level, what's your financial situation? That all depends on the level to where whatever we can do. But whether you have a very small income or you have a large income, everything is what you do with what you have. And I remember, I say that because I grew up in a big family. I am the last child of 10. And I felt like my mother used to do miracles with the small amount that we had, the small amount that she had financially, the small amount that she had when it comes to food. She could make things happen. Hi, Real Odds and Events. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming through. How was your Sunday? If you really want to do something, you will make it happen. And that's why I said the first point is for us to be able to have a reasonable and attainable plan. Okay, so first off, let's talk about a plan being reasonable. Okay, now I know that you could have this huge goal. Okay, say you have an endpoint of saying, I want to make 6 figures. Okay, that's your end goal. But first, you got to first crawl before you can leap. So, of course, your goal is to have that much, but you have to put things in place to be able to generate a certain amount of income. And that's why I said your plan has to be realistic and attainable. So, in the meanwhile, until you get to the goal that you are at, sometimes you may have to take on 2 or 3 jobs and maybe work your side hustle until your side hustle can replace your job, quote unquote. Okay, and that is one of the things that I had to do. Is I had to be able to, you work the job, but on the side you're doing what you really love, you're doing what fulfills you until it can replace. And that's why I said the plan has to be reasonable and attainable. Bills don't stop. Problems don't stop. Even if you may get frustrated and whatever, reasonable, attainable plan. Okay, so first off, it has to be something that you can continue. For me, it's about consistency. If I do not stay consistent, there is no way in this world that I can be successful. And that applies in everything in this life. If you do not stay consistent, okay, consistency is the key to success. If you do not stay consistent with anything, it's going to crumble, okay? You have to be consistent, and you have to have a schedule, but at the same time, it's all about balance. And that is some of the things in this life that people will go so hard with something and then they burn out. So while we go hard and while you're grinding, while you're hustling, but you also have to take time for your rest, for your relaxation, for your family, and also for ourselves. And that was something that before I definitely didn't do, because I've been a hustler since I was 7, 8 years old. Started, being, a little, what's it, not the nanny, what do you call it, babysitting, and then selling candy. I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit from I was very small until today, and it has continued. So I want to speak to somebody who has that entrepreneurial spirit. Don't let anybody stamp out a goal that you have. So a desire, a plan, but remember also to walk in silence with that plan. One thing that I will say to you all, the reason why I am not much further in my plans of success is because I was listening to other people, telling other people my business, my goals, my dreams, my vision for the future. And I want to say this to somebody. When you have something that is implanted in your head, on your heart, and you feel drawn like a magnet pulling you to do something, you have to be very careful who you share those dreams with, because people will sabotage your winning, sabotage your success. And why? Because some people don't want you to win. They don't want you to be better than them. They don't want you to get to a higher level, okay? Marlene, come up with a way that bills stop so we can be rich. I would love to come up with that plan, James. I mean, for real. The only way to, really overcome bills is for you to make more than your bills. I'm just saying. That's the way, okay? I'm still working on it, James. I'm working on it, okay? Trust me. So, one thing that I had to learn is learning to walk in silence and minding my business. Now, a lot of times people will think that minding your business has to do with other people on the outside. No, I don't mean other people staying out of your business. I mean you stop telling your personal business, and that means everybody in your life. Just because people are in your life does not mean they want you to succeed and win. It doesn't mean they're fighting for you, rocking for you. So that was something that I had to learn. I had to really pay attention to people's energy towards things, especially when you're really going for something. Be very careful when people ask you, hey, what are you doing? Are they asking you because they're going to be supportive? They're going to encourage you? Or just because they want to know your business? Just because they want to be around you? Just because they want to ride on the coattails of your success? Shout out to Boss Life Online. You know that I say that because there are some individuals that they will support you, of course, because they know that you're going to be consistent. They know that you're going to keep a job. They know you're going to make money. You're going to pay your bills on time. They know that they can rely on this, right? So you have to be careful in what you allow, what you sign yourself up for, who you support, and who you tell your business to, okay? And that's why I said you have to do more than just want it. There has to be there has to be so many other layers towards getting to your success, getting to your elevation in this life. Yes. Yes, and that is real, James. Make more money and keep bills to the lowest minimum. Yes, and for me, I call that living within your means. And in this life, it's very difficult to live within your means because everything is skyrocketing, and it doesn't matter how much you bring in, it just doesn't equate. Your bills are usually more than your income, but that's a conversation for another day. Hi, Miss Kelly. How are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So, I really wanted to come on and to go through these 5 points. I first started off with talking about, you have to have a reasonable and attainable goal. Now we're going to get into point number 2. And point number 2 is you have to have support. So anything that you want in this life, don't try to do it on your own. Now, I mean that that's a yes and a no. And when I say it's a yes and a no, I mean that you have to be strong, you have to be determined, you have to be confident, be empowered, go for your goals and your dreams in this life, but also you cannot let other people stop you from your dreams. And I'm speaking that from experience. For so many years, I let other people stop me from living my goals in life, living to my fullest potential, because if you're not careful, people around you will stop you from your goals and your dreams because of their complaining, because of the personal issues that they are facing, and you find yourself wrapped up in their web of drama, their web of financial problems, their web of just, you know, anger, jealousy. And it's very easy to get yourself caught in the trap when it comes to your relative, to a spouse, significant other, a friend, all of these people that we care about, that you will be helping other people and supporting people on their dreams. And it's like, when's the last time I did something I like? And I know that I'm not the only person in this world to go through things like that. And I had to really pay attention because I found for myself that it was so many years that I hadn't done something I wanted to do. You know, you could be so kind and good to so many people. Can be a you can be a great mother, a great friend, great husband, great wife, great sister, cousin, whoever you are to other people. You can be so good to other people, but are you being good to yourself? That is the question that is important. And that's why I said it takes more than just wanting. It takes more than just having a desire to be successful in this life. There's much more involved. So, after, pushing all of that aside, minding your own business, and stop worrying about who doesn't support you, we have to start supporting ourselves. And I know that that's easier said than done. Because I remember being in that zone of feeling that I was the only person that supported myself. Hey Hassan, how are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. How was your day? I remember being in that zone of feeling like I was the only person. And it can be disappointing. It can be frustrating. It can be lonely. It can be, hurtful. So many things is wrapped up in when we feel like we have given so much of ourselves, we've poured out so much, and sometimes all you wanted is a listening ear, someone to be kind to you, compassionate, check on you and ask you, how are you doing? And what can they do to help you and support you? And guess what? It's crickets. So we have to learn that stop expecting us from other people. That was a really big life lesson for me. I had to really learn that life lesson that no matter how much I want them to love me, no matter how much I want them to support me, no matter how much I want for people to do the right thing by me, if they don't want to, they won't. And I know that's very unfortunate, and really feel sorry for all of my motivators family. Hey, Chill Will Crew, how are you doing? It's so good to see you, Charlene. Um, it's so hurtful when we pour so much of ourselves out and we are not being restored. We're not being appreciated. We're not, there's no gratitude there. It's just more expectations, more drama, and more asking for you to carry their burdens. But motivators, we have to speak up for ourselves, right? You have to speak up for yourself and tell other people how you feel. And if they don't act right, this is where the cutoff game has to be real. You got to cut people off. You have to set boundaries and you have to live your life. And that's why I said you have to have more than just a want, more than just a desire to be successful, to be great, to have peace, to be happy, to be financially stable. You have to be actively doing things. See, it's all about action. And I always talk about how much love is an action word. And we usually think about love is an action word and making application to how other people will treat us, but it also applies, how do you love yourself, motivators family? Are you loving yourself the way that you should? And that was a question that I was pondering for the past 6 months to a year of my life. you know how often do I put my life on the back burner, your goals, your dreams, even our health, being stressed out behind our relative or past situations, things that hurt us, things that disappointed us, but we can't let that control our life. We can't let the past, we can't let other people, we can't let those things hold us hostage and keep us stuck, because I know what that's like. And if we want to make an excuse, we will. I can say it for myself. You guys don't have to say it. I was the queen of excuses. If there was an excuse, Marlene was going to make it. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I don't have the money. I don't have the support. If you really want something in this life, you're going to make a way. You will. So if there's a business you want to open, then go for it. Start it. If there's you're looking to find a healthier relationships, better friendships, you will keep seeking. You'll put yourself out there. Everything is, how big is your desire? How much do you want it? And what are you willing to do? What is the plan? Are you following a realistic and attainable plan? Do you have support? Do you encourage yourself? Is this something even that you are supposed to do? When I started thinking about things that way, because sometimes you will start something, a goal or something, and it's not even really for you. I know for me, there's so many things in my life that I was doing because it was something my mom or my dad or my siblings or maybe society told me that I should be doing to make them happy, but it wasn't even really something I wanted or I liked. So this is a question for reflection in your quiet solo time, for you to think about, where am I in my life? Am I happy? Am I at peace? Am I doing the things that I should do? Okay. See, that's the big question. Should do. There's a lot of things that we do, but should we be doing that? Are we wasting our time, our resources, our energy, our light, our gifts? And I want to encourage somebody who needs to hear it. Don't waste your time on people who are using you. You know, they're never going to change. No matter how much times people make excuses and apologize for their actions, all people will do is keep using you, taking advantage of you, and disrespecting you. When you notice that is a habit for certain individuals in your life, this is where you cut them off. Now, I know that it's hard, because it took me a really long time, a few years, before I was able to actually literally cut off people who were using me, literally cut off people who were taking advantage of me. It's not easy when it's your relative. It's not easy when it's somebody that you care about romantically. But the question is, yes, you care about them, but are they caring about you back? That's the question. And we're the only ones that can answer that. And I had to learn. That was the reason why I used to always be so tired, frustrated, blood pressure high, gaining weight, all because I was carrying around all of my sadness, all the burden, all the disappointment, all the pain, and people who hurt me, when I knew that I had to let it go. And I had to learn to stop holding on to people who have already, they let you go years ago. They've never cared about you, to be honest. And when I came to that conclusion and realized that people who care about you will not disrespect you. People who care about you will show you love. People who care about you will pour into you without any expectations. They don't want anything back from you. They don't want nothing back from you. If somebody really loves you, they will be willing to do something to you freely, not expecting anything back. There's no drama. There's no arguing. It's nothing but peace. Okay? And I had to learn that part about just believing people when they show who they are. And some people are just drama people. And some people just keep hurting you over and over again. And you have to stop giving them more than one chance to hurt you. Okay? Hey, Metro, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing amazing. And that is something that I really had to process in my mind. I don't know about you all, Motivators family, but I know for me, I had to really process that in my mind that I can't make people change. I can't make people grow up. I can't make people love me. I can't make people support me. And if they are bringing non-support, anger, drama, judgment, then why do you have them around? Why do you have people around that keep hurting you? Yes. Yes. Yes, you have to have people around you to keep you motivated. And that is a really big deal. I don't know about you all motivators, but for me, I no longer keep people in my life if they don't give some sort of addition to my life, some bonus, some extra like. And there's many ways that people can show love to you, show you support, show you they care about you. It's not one way. And people usually always focus on money. And everybody needs money, but that's not the only way. It's showing, giving kind deeds, showing emotional support. Just saying, I was thinking about you. I care for you, but that is something that you also have to be very careful about, because people will say that they care about you and they support you, and that's all you get. They care about you and they support you. Or here comes the love bombing, right? Oh, yeah, I love you. I love you. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, you love so much. What is that love causing you to do? Nothing. Okay? And that right there, I don't have time for in my life. I don't know about you motivators, but I don't have time for the love bombing. Oh, I love you, I love you. And then here comes, then they want something from you. Or here comes, you open up the door, let them back in, and they bring distress, mental anguish, and drama into your life. You don't need that. You don't need that, and you don't need them. See, I want to empower all of the minds of my motivators family. We think a lot of times that we need people in our life. It's nice, it's an addition, but sometimes we need to let go of people who are hurting you, people who do not support you, or people who always try to, you know, diminish or talk down, dummy down your talents, make you feel insignificant so that they can seem like, but I'm doing this. Oh, what you're doing, oh, okay. Like what you're doing is this little and what they're doing is so big. I don't like when people make me feel like I'm less than around them. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Appreciate you being here. Metro says we learn things the hard way. Yes, and the lesson that it has taught us. Nothing can be forced. It shouldn't, right? Nothing in this life should be forced. Okay? Yes, Hassan. See what I missed? Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm doing great, Sirius. Thank you so much for asking. So I just wanted to say this to the Motivators family. You know, you have to have more, you have to do more than want it. And we have two more points and we're going to get out of here, okay? And the third point we're going to talk about is, first we talked about how important it was for us to it was so important for us to have a plan. The second one was it was important for us to have support. And the third one is for us to be able to, stay consistent. I know that is one of the hardest things in this life is to stay consistent with everything. And, whether you are on a health journey. Hi, Val. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing amazing. I I feel like that is the hardest thing in this life to stay consistent. It's so hard to stay consistent with everything from your health to your goals to everything. Amazing, Val. Thank you so much for asking. But we have to think about ourselves. You have to think about yourself because you can be pouring so much into so many people, but are you pouring anything back into yourself? This is just a reminder, it's an encouragement, and it's also to empower the minds and the hearts of all of my motivators family that you deserve great things. You deserve peace. You deserve love. You deserve respect. You deserve to be successful in your right. I don't mean how your sister, auntie, mama, cousin, friend, person on social media. No, I mean how you want to be happy, how you want to live your life. And you know what your goals are, you know what your dreams are, but you got to be consistent. See, and that's why I said you have to do more than just want it. Because I hear people talk about every year, every January, people get so excited about, oh, it's a new year. And then they say, new year, new me. Okay, here we are, and we're in April. What have you done, Motivators family, to achieve the goals that you want out of this life? It's not too late. In a few days, we're going to be in May. What have you done? See, this is where the accountability comes in. And this is not to point fingers, to make you feel less than. I also am saying this to myself as well. What am I doing in order to be successful? Am I being consistent? Am I being honest with myself? Have I become lax? Have I slowed down in doing what I need to do? Or have I given up on my dreams? This is just an encouragement that if there's something that you want to do, develop the plan, get support, find a mentor, do what you need to do, develop that reasonable and attainable goal, and little by little, And this is the last point about to not overwhelm yourself, because that is what happens. I know for me, when I get excited about something and I feel like I'm going to do 11 things, like I feel like it all comes together and I say, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And then you overwhelm yourself. And because you get overwhelmed, you give up, right? And I don't want my motivators family to give up. Please, if you only get this from this discussion today, is never give up on your hopes and your dreams in life. Even when other people don't support you, even when people laugh at you and scoff at you and tell you the plan will never work, that you're gonna fail, don't listen to those individuals. Something my dad used to always say to me from I was a little girl, he poured into me, okay? And he said this to me. He says, the best revenge is more success. And that can be a blanket statement across your whole life. The best way to show people who you are is to be better, and not like having your nose up in the air and trying to be, oh, I'm superior than showing people, I'm doing just fine. I'm loving me. I'm loving my life. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm taking care of me, mind, body, and spirit. I'm accountable for me. I empower my mind. I encourage myself. I'm my own best friend. And every day I get better. And that's what I want you to say to yourself as well. Every day I get better. Every day. Okay? So, as you go through your week, thank you so much for dropping the emojis, serious. I have to work on some more emojis for the channel members. Like I said, I would. I still have it written down. Some things that James and you and a few others have requested. So I'm working on you each having your own emoji. Um, Metro says, focus on your priorities and the main goals to your success. Yes. Yeah, my dad was so right when he said that. The best revenge is more success. If you want to be if you want to be successful, go and do it. You're never too old. You've never done too much wrong. And I want to say to anybody who needs to hear it, you can do it. Forgive yourself. You know, when I forgave myself, that's when the door started opening. That's when I got peace. That's when I was able to open a business and do some other things in my life. But you can't do anything until you are empowered enough, until you believe in you. Not if other people support you or like you or don't. No excuses. Look at yourself in the mirror and to say, today is a new day. And today I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do the things that I need to do. That's within my gifts and my talents. And it doesn't mean that you have to be rich. And for me, riches come with, I'm rich in peace. I'm rich in friendships. I'm rich in self-love. I'm rich in empowerment. I'm rich because I choose to only have people in my life that love me back and not just the people who say they love me just to say it. So I dropped some empowerment seeds on my motivators family and to say that choose people who choose you back and not just the people you choose, because we can be wasting our time, our resources, our energy on people who do not care about us. Stop wasting your time. Stop waiting on that person in a romantic relationship. They're never going to settle down with you. They're never going to stop cheating on you, never going to stop disrespecting you, using you, living with you. I'm just saying. And also friendships, if your friend cannot call you and text you and make plans and to do things with you, you know, it's not going to change until you change it. Sometimes you have to cut people off in order for the right people to come into your life, and stop letting yourself settle. See, all of it comes from you have to do more than just want it. If you want healthy, happier relationships, you also have to be healthier and happier. And when my mind became empowered, okay, that I don't have to sit and wait for your phone calls. I don't have to sit and wait for you to come on a trip. If you want to do something, go for it. Stop waiting for friends or family and this person, that person, or the perfect situation, because there will never be a perfect situation. If you want to, if you have a desire, if you have a goal, if you have the mindset, if you have the talent, if you have the gift, then use the gifts that you have today. Use the gifts that you have today and go be successful. You know, today is a great day to be empowered. Today is a great day to believe in yourself and to be confident. But you have to do more than just sit on the sidelines watching other people be successful. I remember back in a few years ago, that used to be me. I used to be that person looking at other people, being jealous of them or being angry because I couldn't have X, Y, and Z. But I wasn't doing anything. See, I have no problem with being transparent and saying, I know I wasn't doing what I needed to do. I was looking at other people and said, oh, look how fit they are, while I'm sitting on the couch eating donuts or cookies and ice cream. See, if you really want something, you have to first prove it to yourself. I'm telling you that changes everything in your life. When you fully believe something, when you are confident, and I mean confident in all aspects about this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know my purpose. I know my reason. I know that I'm loved. I know I'm my own friend. And you can speak to yourself because you've put in the work into yourself to be empowered, to be your own friend, to not only you give respect, but you respect yourself. And you do not let people take advantage of you and use you. You do not let people waste your time. It's not optional, right? So, with all of that being said, you have to be the one to get up and fight for the life that you want. Okay? I'm telling you, until you become empowered, I'll tell you that. It has to literally, you literally have to put a fire underneath yourself until you get excited about waking up every day and living the life that you choose. And if you can't do it automatically and you have to do it gradually, baby steps. First, I'm going to do this, and then, a slow elevation, a slow and steady incline instead of declining, because that is what you will do. You will decline if you continue to hang around certain people because they're not doing anything with their life. They're not in line with where you want to go. And I will tell you that if you hang around, if you associate with people who have no direction in their life, because one of the questions that I always ask people, if to stay in my life, what's your goal in the next 6 months, and what are you doing to actively achieve that? If they're like, I don't know. Yeah, no. Because that why that's important to me is because if you're around me and you don't know where you're going, it's like a person just drifting out in the water. You're just going along with life. There's no rhyme or reason. You just, it's like, okay, whatever happens. And for me, I need more. I need more than just hanging out. I need more than that. I need to know in 6 months or a year, this is what's happening. Yeah, I can't settle for less because now I know more. I know more. I believe in myself. I have goals, I have plans, and I have confidence. How about you? Are you confident, Motivators family? Do you believe in your passions, your goals, and your dreams, the direction in your life? Do you wake up every day and affirm that you can do something great? Do you affirm that you can forgive yourself and heal from the past? Maybe something that you did or something that somebody did. Sometimes even when we forgive people, you have to keep reminding yourself it's okay. Let it go. Give it away. That's too much for you to handle. Let them be them and you just keep being you. I have to reassure myself of that from time to time. You cannot change what other people do or say. You just got to be in your present moment doing what you can. And I want to say that to all of my Motivators family, do what you can with what you have. There's never going to be a perfect situation, but as long as you're living your life, you're confident, you have peace in your life, and you have supportive people in your life, you'll be okay. All right? You'll be okay. So, that is the topic for today. You have to have more than just a wanting. You have to have more than just a desire. You got to fight for what you want. Fight for the life that you want. And don't give up. And don't be discouraged, because there's a lot of discouragement when you're trying to level up and be better, whether you're moving, getting your education, starting a business, seeking better friendships, a romantic relationship, whatever it is that you're seeking in your life. Don't settle. That's one thing for sure. Don't settle. Take it from somebody that I did that for a long time, settling and feeling that I had to, because my income was low, or because, nobody in my family has ever done X, Y, and Z. So, who am I to think I could do it? No, believe in yourself and be empowered. You can do anything that you want to, but you got to stay consistent. You got to have your support. You have to believe in yourself, empower yourself, be consistent, and stay the course. Okay? Keep going. Never give up. Okay? I'm Marlene Motivates, your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, and inner child healing. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's discussion. I really do appreciate all my motivators family. I hope you guys are well. And I'm going to be checking in, and this is going to be a regular on Sundays. I'm going to try my best. Sundays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I notice I get more of my motivators family on Sunday at this time. So everybody, keep your head up for this week ahead. Work your plan. Stay away from the haters, jealous people, negative people. In fact, block them out of your life. If a person cannot be respectful, supportive, and motivating, they got to go, because you got things to do. You have a life to live, and you deserve to be respected. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Marlene Motivates, your channel for all of the motivation. And you know what we say over here. Just know it. Just breathe it. And be it. And live your best life. Shout out to all of my mods and my channel members. I sure do appreciate every single one of you. And if you're new here, feel free. Subscribe to this channel. I love to have you as part of the Motivators family.